Last week, I told you something people in the wellness industry don't always explain clearly. Stress is an internal problem, and you can't manage what you don't understand. So let's talk about this for a minute. And judging by the number of messages I got back, people are starting to feel heard. Wow, no one ever explained stress like that to me. That's important because stress isn't a time management thing. It's not because you forgot your gratitude journal. Your nervous system is reacting to what it believes is dangerous. And most of us are living in that state all day long without even realizing it. But this week I want to go a layer deeper. Because once people start to understand that stress is something within, another question pops up. Okay, if stress comes down to my thoughts, what do I do with them? The spiraling, the overthinking, the replaying conversations at 2 a.m., the mental loop that won't shut up for 5 damn minutes. Oh, we've all been there. But here's the truth I didn't realize until recently. Well, since I started this movement. Not every thought deserves your attention. And definitely not every thought deserves your belief system. You don't have to believe in everything you think. Most of us move through life fused to our thoughts. They do define our life. So the second our brain says something like, I'm failing, I'm awkward, they're mad at me, I ruined everything, I'm fat, I'm getting old, I don't remember anything, I'll never figure this out. See, the brain throws out a thought and your body reacts like it's true without you even pausing to ask if it's true. It's exhausting. And our nervous system pays the price for it. And what's wild is that most people don't even notice it's happening. Thoughts become the lens through which we look at life, through which we define life, instead of something we can step back and observe. It's like wearing a pair of glasses so long you forgot you have them on. If your thoughts constantly tell you the world is unsafe, your body responds that the world is unsafe. If your thoughts constantly tell you you're failing, your nervous system responds like it's under attack. It's biology. The brain is a predictive machine. Its job is to scan for danger and solve any problems to keep us alive. It's a smart thing. It's a good thing. The problem is it doesn't know the difference between a real threat and a mental one. Think about that. A real threat and a mental one. So your body reacts to an email, a look from your boss, something must be up. An unanswered text, so they might be mad at me, they haven't replied in 5 minutes. I thought about something embarrassing you said 3 years ago in a meeting no one else remembers. And suddenly your heart rate spikes, your muscles tighten, your brain starts racing, and now you're stuck in the stress response over something that might not even be true. You see, I used to think my problem was my circumstances, the job, the pressure, the marriage, my schedule, the endless responsibilities, the overwhelm. I'm so busy, I can't breathe. Well, and sure, life contributes, but what I didn't understand was how much of that exhaustion came from living inside every single thought my brain handed to me. I got to do this. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. Oh, I got to do that. No pause, no separation, no awareness. I just had to do this, that, without even pausing to think about it. It's just reaction after reaction. And that's where people get stuck. We all do. Because no one taught us a thought is not automatically the truth. It may have been back in the day. Thought may have expired. It may not even be true at all. And one of the biggest shifts for me was learning to notice a thought instead of immediately becoming it. That tiny bit of space changes everything. Instead of, I'm failing, it becomes, I'm having the thought that I'm failing. Why is that? It may sound small, it's not. Because now you have the ability to decide, are you failing? Are you successful? Are you just going down the rabbit hole? And that changes everything. Because the moment you can notice a thought, instead of drowning in it, down the rabbit hole, your nervous system gets a chance to breathe. It doesn't have to go into that fight, flight, or freeze mode. It can say, all right, no, we're not failing. It's just a thought. And we stop treating every mental event like it's an emergency. And no, it doesn't mean pretending everything is positive. I am not interested in fake positivity. That is not real life. And I'm all about being real. Sometimes thoughts are useful though. Sometimes they warn you about something important. They remind you. Sometimes they help you grow. You learn a lot by observing your thoughts. But sometimes they're just noise, old programming, fear talking loud. Stress looking for somewhere to land. And if you believe every single one of them, your nervous system never gets a break. That's why so many people are exhausted. Even if they technically rest, they take a break, they go to the beach. Their body may stop moving, but their brain never does, never quiets down, always processing. That's also why awareness alone is not enough. You can know you're stressed and still stay trapped in the stress cycle. Unless you have a unless you have a real way to interrupt it. And that, my friends, is the work we do inside of pause, breathe, proceed. Not just understanding stress, and you will intellectually, but learning how to stop living on autopilot long enough to actually choose your response instead of it choosing you. Instead of that old program telling you what to do, you start deciding how you want to live your life. And guess what? Your nervous system gets a break. Peace is not built in giant moments, a week at the beach, a week at a retreat. It's built in the tiny ones. The pause before you snap at the kids. The breath before that defensive email you're about to send. You know better than to send it, but it's going to feel really good if you send it. Pause. And the moment you choose curiosity instead of reaction. The second you notice the story your brain is telling you might not be true, and deciding whether it deserves the right to be your story, or changing that story, rewiring that story in your brain. That's where change actually starts. And honestly, most people have spent their entire lives believing that they are their thoughts. They are what people told them. I'm here to hand you the keys. I'm here to hand you the pen to write the rest of your story. No wonder why everyone is exhausted. I'd like to share a little story about younger Karen, little Karen. I grew up, I had an older sister, and she wanted to be a doctor. She knew all the sports teams. She went fishing with Dad. And so my dad paid more attention to her because he could relate to her. I see that now, but as a younger girl, as a little girl, my brain didn't understand that, so I didn't think I was good enough. And it's nothing he said. It was my little girl's mind, the thought. And I lived my whole life trying to be good enough as a doctor, good enough to know all the sports teams. I tried to be good enough, and it wasn't until pause, breathe, proceed that I realized that it was a belief that wasn't true. That being said, the last time my dad visited my house, he looked at me and he said, am so proud of you. It's all I ever wanted to hear, even though he was always proud of me. So I ask you this: what limiting thoughts do you believe in that are sabotaging your life, holding you back like invisible chains, invisible hands, holding you back from doing what you love to do, being the person you should be and can be? Pause, breathe, proceed. 3 words, 1 habit. Because a pause will change everything. This is Karen Wright. A new way of living with a new way of thinking. Peace out.